Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Crafty Crow Show. Today, we're getting back at it again. The 801 Powermaster. Now, if you missed the first video where we was trying to get this thing running, check up here on this link, and it'll take you to the first one. Watch that one first so you know where we're starting at from here. But we're back early this morning because last time we come late in the evening, didn't have a whole lot of time to work on it. We're going to try to get this thing running today and see if we can't maybe make it move. That would be nice. But Nick's here with me again. Come on in there, Nick.
Hello, everybody. It's cold this morning.
We're out here freezing because the sun ain't got up yet over the mountain. But let's dig into it and go with the plan. I think, it was fuel tank. We've got the new
set of points.
Points.
We're going to try to change we didn't buy the fuel line, so we actually decided just to get the fuel hose because it's got two parts that just connect with the hose. So we're just going to try to clamp down and see if that does the job.
Yeah, we checked that fuel line, and we'll show it to you again. Or like in the first video you've seen, we looked. The original actually did have metal line up to so far, and then have flexible fuel line. So instead of buying a new line, we just bought a little bit of the rubber fuel line to replace. So that should work. But pretty confident we've got a plan. We've got a plan. We'll see if the plan works, but we got a plan. So let's get tearing back into this thing and see if we can't get it running today. But glad y'all come with us. Let's go get this done. The struggles are real. Finally, as you can see, we had a little bit of help. The fella stopped by up here. I think that was Nick's uncle. And if it hadn't been for them, we would have never got this thing apart. So 500 different size bolts later, we've got the fenders off. Now we can get to the fuel tank, get the fuel tank off, get it cleaned out. And that's the next thing we'll do. We'll get that tank off and clean it out. And then while we've got it out and getting that sorted, we can get to the distributor, replace the points on that, and let's see if we can get some fire on this thing. So hopefully the hard work is done. I'm sure it won't be, but next. Ooh, we're free, but we still got a whole bunch of fuel in that tank. Yeah, we get Nick back down here and we'll get this thing off and finally be able to start doing something.
Bolting on right here. I'll take those off.
No.
Already. You got it all already?
You want to walk it outside or barbecue yourself?
Yeah. We're getting somewhere now.
Yeah. Now we can get it. Now let's take a look at what we got now. We finally got access to the engine. That rubber in.
On the bottom?
No. There's the screen.
Yeah, we'll tip it and see what happens.
Oh, I'm sure. it's going to be horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, he said the engine block caught fire once or something and burned the gas tank up, so they had to change the gas tank on it.
So here's that little valve that I was messing with in the first video. Sits in the bottom of the tank, and it's just a little petcock valve that opens and shuts the fuel line off. And this is one of those screens I was saying I could see down in there. So let's see. We can pull this screen off, because I guarantee this thing is stopped plumb up. Well, I don't know. I'm going to take a better look at it not on the camera so I can get a good look, but guarantee it's why we wouldn't get no fuel flow. You can see how nasty that is right there. So let's clean this up while that tank drains, and then we'll get the tank cleaned out, and that should solve our fuel supply problems. So it ain't no wonder we couldn't get fuel. There was all kinds of sediment down in there we're having to dig out, and the screen is horrible. I don't know if I can get the light where you can see in there good or not. It's almost like mud, and probably is. It's sat here for so long. So we're going to work for a little while to try to get these cleaned up best we can and get some fuel flowing. If not, we'll come up with plan B, but that's pretty bad. Tractor forward, and there we go. With the power of a little time, a little carb cleaner and such, and barbed wire. We got the screen pretty clean. Everything's blowing through it now. This thing was caked up in mud inside and out, but now the valve works good. So I think we've saved this piece, because who knows if you can find half of this stuff anymore, especially that screen. So one part ready to go back on as soon as we figure out what to do with the fuel tank. Now for that gas line we was going to replace. You can see how much gunk is in that. And that's coming out of the inside of that line. It's almost like tar, ain't it?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Feels like really old burnt oil. It's just sit there for a really long time.
Well, we get to soak that a little bit now. And that'll take care of the fuel lines. Good grief, Charlie Brown. So while Nick's fooling with that, oh, by the way, let's see if I can get it up here. Look there. Look what shirt he's got on. It started warming up on us, and we just decided to take off our jackets and stuff, and he's got his Crafty Crow shirt on. Heck yeah. Merchandising. All right, we've got the oil bath air filter. And let's see if I can get you to see. You can see where the oil level line is. Let's fill this up, put that back on, because that's been worrying me that we've left this open.
Set this down on there.
We took off our tank and got nowhere to set nothing now.
Yeah, no. Have to use the
No, the water's all leaked down. And I looked up in there. I don't see no moisture, feel nothing or anything up in there. So. Ta-da! Finally something put back on it that works. All right, moving on to the tank. Here's the fuel that leaked out.
It's green.
It,
And we poured most of that in there, so.
I don't know why that's green. It almost looks like 2-cycle oil or something. That's the only thing I've seen green.
The bottom of the barrel, or the bottom of the barrel,
Yeah.
that changed the color, but I don't think it would affect it that much.
So, green fuel, you know, green. See, it's green. That means it's environmentally friendly if it's green. Alright, we're going to try to show you inside this tank. Maybe. Oh, it's almost enough light. Alright. Focus. Oh, wait. You can see a little bit. It's not as bad as we thought. So that's good news. I think we decided we're going to throw the diesel, a little bit of diesel in it, slosh it around, and just rinse it out and go with that. It's better than buying a new tank, and it don't look as bad as we thought it did now that we've got all that fuel out. I think that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Use number 357 for old diesel fuel.
The thing goes in the back, right? So it went on like this, right? Yeah.
This is toward the steering wheel. Yep. Okay. After fighting all day, I mean all day, we've got fuel lines back in, got the sediment bowl put back in.
Half new, half old.
Half new and half old. We had to finagle around with that. That's diesel you see in there. What little bit we flushed that tank out with. That's the little bit that's running out. So we'll clean that out before we put gas in it. And Nick's over putting the battery in. We're not 100%.
Yeah, we're getting sparked.
Well, okay, so Nick's getting electrocuted, so at least the battery's still good. We put the new points in on the rotor. I checked the plugs. They're all pretty carboned up, so we're probably going to do new plugs, but at least we can see if we can get some fire and get this thing to pop off. That's all we're doing. That's all we're trying to have been trying to accomplish for the past 2 videos. So let's get to trying to pop it off and see what happens. Okay, so we're still cranking. Oh, we ain't got fuel in it either. So we got cranked, so let's get some fuel in it, clean out that bowl, that diesel, get some fresh fuel in there, and see where we can go from here. We're getting closer. I mean, we're getting closer. 2 non-mechanics trying to work on an old tractor that's older than both of us, almost combined. Go figure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. We have fought.
And fought.
And fought. Let's see. Cannot get this sediment bowl to seal up good, so we're dripping fuel. But we're going to try to start it anyway.
We have a fire hydrant, so
there was so much gunk in the rest of this fuel system. That carburetor might be gunked up too. We don't know. It probably is because of how our luck's been going. But anyway, we're just going to see if we can get the thing to pop off a couple of pops on its own just to lighten our spirits a little bit. So, let's try it. Yeah.
We did. I don't know where it'd be.
Not messing around now, boys.
I don't want to have this close.
And we've got a fire extinguisher, don't worry. Because we don't want another barn to burn. Yeah. Not even popping off at us. Yay, boys and girls, we've still got a distributor problem.
Yep. A rear rotary, but
Well, it has to be. I mean, everything else is working. Okay, that's all we're doing.
we now know we need a rotary button and spark plugs.
Yeah, all the spark plugs is carbon buildup all over them. His dad said he thought the rings was bad in one of the cylinders. He said it would foul out. You put a brand new plug in it that morning, run it during the day, and it would foul out by that evening. So that's another problem to tear down for later on. But didn't get started again today. It's 5:30. Our women's probably waiting on us at the house. So we're going to button all this up. That just gives you all another video to watch on the series, because this is turning to be a series.
Yeah. A lot more.
After we start it, though, we are going to go through, fix more things on it, and we'll bring y'all along for, well, you going to rebuild this thing?
Try.
We're going to try to rebuild it. So that'll be a pretty good lot of videos on this thing to come if any of you's interested. But for now, this is Stephen and Nick. It will not start again today. We will get it eventually.
We'll get it eventually, but it's not today.
So, glad you came with us today. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you got any suggestions, especially you old timers know how to work on these old things, let us know, because we need to know bad. And that'll help us out a whole lot and might make the content a little better for you. But until next time, love one another as the good Lord tells you. We'll see you guys in the next video.